2022. Abhishek cleared PM. Abhilash cleared PM. Anirudh cleared PMP exam. Asad with us. He just cleared PM. Manish cleared PMP. So we have with us Mr. Jamal. Mr. Jamal cleared PMP. Sabir Jamil just cleared PMP. Ali cleared PMP. Abhishek cleared PMP. Lisa, who cleared the PMP. We have Jangir with us, certified PMP. So we are live with Mr. Hisam Khan, my first certified PMP. Numan cleared PMP. Wasim Ahmed Janjua, he just cleared PMP. Aj cleared PMP exam. Iqtidar, my one-to-one student from Canada, cleared PMP with all above target. Muazzam cleared PMP. Zakka is with us. Mandar cleared PMP. Atif Javed become certified. Debashi Mehte cleared. Mahindra just cleared. Zain cleared PM. Muhammad Abdul Kalim cleared PM. Rohit cleared PMP. Siddhartha cleared PM. Priya cleared PMP. Rajiv just cleared PMP. Aditi cleared PMP. Fiyaz Hussain cleared PMP. Chakra cleared PMP. Harun cleared PMP exam. Muhammad Al Ghamdi cleared PMP. So Shubhashish, congratulations. Hasan, congratulations. Akil cleared PMP. All congratulations on clearing the PMP exam. Vishesh cleared PMP. Hamid cleared PMP exam. Bio cleared PMP. So Nadeem, first of all, congratulations from the entire PMP community. Hussain Sumi, the first PMP of September. Amjad cleared PMP. Zaina cleared PMP. Sanger cleared PMP exam. A magical person is cleared PMP exam. So Koran just cleared PMP. Congratulations on clearing your.
Thanks a lot.
Deepak cleared PMP exam. Mohsin Afzal Gondal just cleared PMP. Cleared the exam with all above target. The first PMP of 31st December 2021. Vinu just cleared PMP exam. So Sandeep, first of all, congratulations. Christine just surprised me. PMP number 295 cleared PMP exam. And the way she cleared it really takes my heart. The duo, the amazing couple. So finally, here we are with Mr. Farid. He cleared PMP exam. So we are live with our certified project management professional. Siri just cleared PMP exam. So here we have our 300 certified PMP. Hello everyone and welcome to the coaching call. I just love this experience and I kind of love the music that we have for 302 certified PMP. I'm sure with the same passion we will be reaching more heights this year. So who is live? Where are you from? Please put it in the chat box. And when do you plan to do PMP? I would be more than happy to know that who's with us. I want to have these coaching call more of a interactive session so that um, we can learn more and more how we can do. Hello Manindra, good morning. Thank you for saying that, but I haven't slept all night, so kind of after this it will be a good night. Who else is there with us? Put it in the chat box. And what is your plan about the PMP? And being said that, if you have any question regarding the PMP, you can ask. This is the time to ask questions regarding PMP. You're curious, what do you think? What is in the PMP? Why you want to do PMP? And anything that you think you need to ask to anyone. So here we are with you for this 1 hour or so to support you in every possible way to see how we can support you in becoming certified PMP. The purpose of solving these 10 questions is to give you idea how you can solve question. Hello AB, good to have you. How to solve hard questions of PMP. So moving forward, the first thing very important whenever you are solving the question, and today we are going to have a little bit difficult questions. Whenever you are solving the question, read the last line first. Understand the context of the question, what the question is saying, and how you can solve it in your own language, define your question, and of course, while solving the question, have a servant leadership mentality. Hello, Bithi Rao. Good morning from my side. Okay, guys. So, being said that, let's get to the work. Let's solve 10 questions of PMP. And guys, if you can see my screen, please put it in the chat box that you can see my screen. If you cannot see my screen, also put it in the chat box that we are unable to see your screen. So once I get the confirmation from you guys, I'll start the timer. So I started. Oh yes, thank you, Abby. So I started today question number from question zero. Okay, guys, you have 70 seconds to solve the questions. Okay, guys, we are out of time. So let's see what answers we get. B and D are same. Okay, then this means I may have done some problem here. Munindra, Bethy, you are saying C, AB, you are saying B. Okay, let's see. Guys, do give the justification why you think this answer is a particular right answer or the wrong answer. That justification is very, very important when you are solving this question. So put the justification, Derry, why do you think A is the answer? So let's see that. What process should be used to deal with the issue? Okay, so what we should do to solve the issue? One thing is crystal clear in the last line of this question, that it's an issue, it's not a risk. So there's a problem that you want to solve. Uh, so whenever there's an issue, you solve the issue by going the root cause analysis and see how you can solve it. Insert a new team member who will manage obstacles and a schedule. Okay, explain the team member that the long discussion take away from the actual work. Okay, tell the team member that they are required to shorten the stand up. Okay, yeah, you are right, B and D are same. Sorry about that. Okay, a new project manager joins the project daily stand up. So chances are that the project is agile, because this is the practice of agile to have a daily stand up. What is a daily stand up? It's a 15-minute meeting daily, having three questions: what you did yesterday, what you are going to do today, is there any impediment, roadblock that you want to solve, something that we need to work on that. So that's the only thing that should important thing, it should be 15 minute. And if there is any question that you want to ask, uh, there is any follow-up thing that is not the part of this structure, you can ask later on, not in the stand-up. Okay, so only to find that the project team spends too much time discussing way to details with the obstruction of the project. Because of discussion, stand-ups last over 2 hours. Oh my god. Stand-ups are taking 2 hours. So this the first thing that clearly means that we are violating the agile principle. The stand-up should be only as a status meeting. If you have something, you can have a discussion later on. Let's see your justification. The daily meeting should be summary of issues. Yes, you are, Amrinder. In daily meeting only three questions. Yes, you are right. Insert a new team member. This does not solve the option. Explain the team member the long discussion take away from the actual work. That is, but that is not the purpose of the stand up. But let's hold this option. Both are same option. Tell the team member that required to shorten the stand up meeting and improve on finding solution. Yes, we need to work on this thing. Why? we are violating one of the principle of the scrum, of the agile. And as a scrum master, this is your responsibility. As a agile project manager, this is your responsibility to make sure that the agile methodologies are properly followed. I hope this is clear to everyone. So if it is not clear, you can of course ask a cross question, and I would like to answer that. And guys, if you haven't liked the video, please do like the video so that you can get the context of this, so that this video can come into the uh, algorithm of YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it so that you can keep getting such kind of knowledge whenever we are live. Okay, next question on your screen, guys. I am Ran Javed. Good to have you, brother. Okay, please, guys, 70 seconds, please solve this question. Bithi, always give the justification. Why do you think a particular answer is right or wrong? This helps to understand the context of that. Increasing the number of stakeholder. Manindra is saying D, and Bithi Roy is saying A. What else, guys? What do you think should be the answer? Be more proactive. Take part in these discussions instead of reactive. If you just uh, stay in the coaching live coaching call just to see that, that does not give you that value. When you put the answer, Gabsy, do put the justification. Why do you think that answer is a particular right or wrong answer? This is the most important thing in this live coaching call, that you become more proactive so that you can learn, you can have these discussions with me. Okay, there is no last line, so I'll start the question. A company seeks to implement agile environment. So whenever the question says agile environment, we must know that it must be a safe environment in which team is empowered, they are allowed to make mistakes, and all those things are in that environment to execute project. In the terms of stakeholder management, which of the following would not likely to be considered? Very, very important thing. These negative question, these negation, that we are looking for something wrong. Okay, we are looking something for wrong. So since we are trying to implement agile best practices, we need to look something that we don't do in the agile. So let's look at that. Reducing the layers of management for project communication. Yes, we want to have open communication in the agile. We want to have information radiators. So that does not it means we have to reduce the layers for the communication. So that is the right answer. Remember, we are looking for the wrong answer. Increased level of transparency, that is the right answer. So increase frequency of interaction with stakeholder, that is the right answer. So increase the number of stakeholder. Why would we increase the number of stakeholder? That will just increase the complexity of the project. Not only in agile, in predictive, we don't want to increase the number of stakeholders. Stakeholders are what they are. We don't increase them, we don't decrease them. We work with them and we try to see how we can correspond in that particular thing. So D is the wrong answer, and it becomes the option that we need to select. So that is the answer in this particular question. I hope everyone agrees with me. Okay, so let's move to the next question, guys. Next question. Again, you have 70 seconds. I have asked this question several times, but repetition is important because this question is a very important question. And guys, I see still only we have 5 likes. Please do like this video so that it can start coming into the algorithm of Google. So we got Manindra saying at the beginning, AZ saying Sneha, and this is an important thing. And we did discuss this question. Okay, so guys, let's say this is the project. You are starting the project. In the start of the project, project charter is there. Okay, then project management plan, then the execution happens, then monitoring and control, and then closing. At this point, at this point of the project, if the stakeholder says we don't want to move with the project, it's the end of story. The project has nothing to do because right now the stakeholders have spent from zero to nothing in the project. Even if they, like, there is no opportunity lost, there is no uh, lost from them from financial point of view. So at the start of the project, the influence of the stakeholders decreases. So I would put it like this: at the start the project, the stakeholders have highest influence. Of course the project have stakeholders have influence throughout the project, but the question is asking highest. Whenever the question is asking for something high, we need to think about the maximum thing. Okay, so through at the end of the project we have spent a lot of money. Okay, that is true that they can, like, don't accept the deliverable, but still they don't have the highest during execution. No, have a constant influence? Not necessary. Never. They never have the constant influence. They have the highest influence at the start of the project. So your answer would be option A. Okay. Always give justification. What do you think? Why this is the right or wrong answer? Guys, my favorite topic, Tuckman ladder. Okay, guys. So first of all, what is Tuckman ladder? Tuckman ladder given by Bruce Tuckman is also called as stages of team. I actually love to explain PMP through this topic. So as the time passes, how the productivity goes. First, there's a forming stage when the team comes together. We make team charter and things like that. Team is very reluctant to each other. But as things start happening, we go to the storming stage. Here, project manager is more toward directive, here, coaching, and then slowly things start happening, and we start understanding the habits of the team. That's a norming stage. No, things are getting normalized. And finally, the ideal stage, that is the performing stage where the project manager delegates their thing. And finally, adjourning, forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. So let's see the question. In which of the team development stage defined in the Tuckman ladder does the team work interdependently and have the ability to work issues through smoothly and effectively? Okay, let's see from the question. Understood, performing, everyone has the right answer. Here we are not working independently, interdependently, no. As well, here we are not even working as a team. Here we are fighting, so we have we are working effectively, and we can solve the issue ourselves. That is the definition of working in the performing stage for any team. So performing is the right answer in this context. Okay, so let's move to the next question. A long question, I would say. Your time starts now. Okay, guys, your time's up. We have Gabzi saying A. Okay, so see that. What can the project manager do to resolve this problem? Okay, again, there's a problem that we want to solve. We want to see how that problem can be resolved. Increase the iteration length. We cannot increase the iteration length, so that goes out of the way. Insist that the project team is a bit harder to complete. Okay, ask the team member to perform the best of their ability during the iteration and engage. Okay, that is a good option. Work with a product owner to reprioritize. That also seems a good option. But let's see the context of the question. What the question says, guys, this is very important. Even if you understand the question, you need to go to the detail of the question. What the question is really saying, what the context of the question is. During an iteration, a project team encounter problem that may cause a delay in a task completion. So there's a problem, and that problem can delay that in task completion. Okay, so important thing, when we say iteration, this means the question is either agile or maximum it can be hybrid, but more towards agile. Okay, another team within the same project needs the task to complete it on time in order to meet their schedule. So team A is working and they are having a problem, and unless that thing is not completed, we cannot meet the schedule. The team B cannot meet. Maybe you can say that finish to start or start. There are dependencies between both of the work that need to be completed. So what we need to do, let's see that. Increase the iteration length, as we cannot increase the iteration length. This is a very important concept of agile. We can never increase the length of the iteration. So that goes out of the box. And since the project team work is a bit harder to complete on time in order to avoid, we cannot insist the team to work harder. It's an agile, that it's a self-organizing team. We cannot do that thing. So that goes out of the box. Ask team members to perform the best of their ability during the iteration and engage in a retrospective after completion. It seems like a good option. Let me hold this to option, but this does not solve the problem. How this thing will solve the problem? Let me hold this problem. Work with the product owner to reprioritize the iteration backlog so that it does not delay the work by their team. Now that's something that really solve the problem. If you look at the option number C, it is not solving the problem. It just says like more of a ethical thing. Okay, let's do this thing, and this thing seems like an answer, like good words are there, but it does not solve the problem. Whereas if you look at the option D, it actually solves the problem. Let's see how the problem can be handled in proper and once for all. So D is the right answer in this particular question. Guys, a very important question, especially today Sham Babu cleared PMP, my 69th PMP of 2022. And if you haven't taken PMP training, you can contact me on the number given on the screen. The next batch is starting on 11th of March, or if you want one-to-one attention, you can join the mentor program. So coming back to the point, Sham Babu was saying he had more question with three-liner, four-liner. So you can get questions like that in exam. So you need to practice yourself in solving long questions. This is an important thing that I want to make here. And guys, if you haven't liked this video on YouTube, if you are watching from YouTube, or if you haven't liked on LinkedIn, please like this video and share it so that other people can also join it. That is very important. Thank you very much. Next question on your screen. People watching at LinkedIn, I see you are not giving justification. Prashant, Jason, do give the justification. Why do you think that particular answer is right or not? Faisal, Imran, Abbas, Kashif, and other people watching the coaching call. Or I'm not seeing the comment from your side. Please put in the comment so that at least you get some understanding why this question is right or wrong. It's an interesting feature. You can check who's watching the coaching call on LinkedIn. We are live at LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. Okay, time's up, guys. Bidder conference was missed. Manindra is saying bidder conference was missed. Okay, Manindra, let's see the question again. A more than three-liner question, and my goal in next upcoming coaching call is also to get the long questions, because to get the mix of long and one-liner question. Because if even if your exam is long question, you can get the context of that. What key process step did the project manager fail to perform? Okay, now we have missed some kind of step. So if you haven't watched the journeys videos, they are excellent videos, summaries of PMP in 10 to 20 minutes of each topic. They will give you the entire context of each topic, so highly recommended. Watch journey of procurement. I'll share at the end of this at LinkedIn at the medium so that you can watch it. Okay, request for proposal option A, bidder conference qualification independent estimate. Let's go to the question. A project manager is managing an intercontinental high pressure gas pipeline construction project. Okay, so more of a predictive project here. I can say that from this context. Maximum it can be hybrid. So we can at least we know one thing, that it will be predictive. Okay. The project manager is executing using the company's internal resources, okay, but need to be fast tracked now. Initially the project was being done by using the resources within the project, but now we want to fast track. Guys, there are two things which we want to do to decrease the schedule. The first one is crashing is adding the resources, and fast tracking is doing the work parallel. So in crashing, the basically uh, if when you add the resources, the cost increases. Fast tracking, when you do that, the work become parallel and you need to do the rework. So these are two important concepts. The project manager looked at various options and decided that the most prudent option was to bring in a contractor to perform the work. Okay, so he thought, okay, he did a make or buy decision, and from the make or buy decision, he decided let's get someone from outside. Guys, do put the justification why you are thinking this is the answer. Feeling that he lacked the time to issue a tender, he invited a contractor who had recently performed well in replacing the plumbing in the head office to sign the contract. So he thought that okay, he don't have the time. So he what he did, instead of issuing a tender and doing all things, he invited a contractor who had recently performed well in replacing the plumbing in the head office. So someone has already done some work previously, so they invited him and they asked him to do that thing. Okay, so let's go that. So what step we did, we missed basically. Request for proposal. Okay, he invited it, so request for proposal is there. Bidder conference, we never had the bidder conference. Okay, qualification of the seller, we never had the qualification of the seller. Independent estimate, we kind of missed all these three processes. Now that's an interesting thing, but what is the most important process that we need to do in order to basically survive, and in order to not get into the problem of what to say, of audit. Okay, in order to make sure that that person is even capable to do that thing, he did some plumbing work. Okay, now we are doing high pressure gas thing. So independent estimate is not an option in this thing. We are left with two options: bidder conference. Okay, we did miss that. uh, and second, qualification of the seller. In this question, now this is basically a high pressure gas. These are risk. So what becomes more important in the risk scenario? Is it bidder conference or qualification of seller? Guys, what do you think? Now risk is there. Bidder conference has nothing to do with the risk. Qualification of the seller. Is he even capable to do that or not? Plumbing work, replacing maybe some washroom tiles or washroom thing or other thing is a different thing. But when you are working with a gas pipeline that is high pressure, in most of the countries there is a credential that need to be done. There is a something that if that is not completed, then we cannot do that thing. That is very important when you are working with a high risk activity. And audit can also take place in those particular scenario that can basically destroy the entire project for you. So in this scenario, it's a very important question in scenario, because it has compliance inside it, it has risk inside it, many hidden things in it. So here the right answer become qualification of the seller. A very interesting question. So we did get why not request for proposal. Sneha, we did miss that. We have missed all four options. All four options are the right answer. But in the context of the question, you need to see what is the most important thing that we missed. What is a key thing that can destroy the project later on? We are looking for that thing. So I hope now you understand why not this is the answer. So question number 5, guys. Okay, yeah. So next question. You have 70 seconds, guys. Okay, guys, we are time's up. So let's solve the question. Let's see what are the answers you have. Early in private using a collaborative approach. Okay, Manindra. C, this will create a collaborative approach. Okay. Bithi, your answers are getting very right. You're very near to clear the exam. You should look into that. C, as one-to-one communication is most effective. Individual conflict. Okay, okay. We are getting most of the C answers here. Okay. When managing a project, which of the following describe the best method by which to help positively address conflict? Guys, a very important question from the PMP perspective. Conflict and management of the conflict is always a critical thing that we need to ensure. Okay, so when managing a project, which of the following describe the best method? We are looking for the best method. Again, there can be good methods, there can be something like that. We are looking for one thing that is better than everything else, by which to help positively address conflict between individual team members as late as possible in public using a direct and confrontation. Now that's the worst thing you can do. All three things are bad in this thing, bad things. As late as possible, this can destroy the entire conflict. You should work as early as possible. In public, conflict should be handled in private so that the person can have that integrity, he can work. You see, this is an important thing. If even if to some team member you can like scold in personal, he or she will not mind. But even if you raise a finger or say one word in public, that can end your career. So it's an important, you do it in private. Use a direct and confrontation, never direct. Collaborative approach whenever you are talking to a person. My style my style is a very direct style. Even today I had a conversation with eight of my students, five one-to-one and three batch students, and all of them were elder in age to me, I would say, and they are senior people. But I was very much uh, kind of scolded all of them. But at the end of our conversation, they were happy. At the end of the conversation, they were like, okay, why? My goal was to help them pass the PMP. The end goal was clear that I was helping them, and it was in private. I use a collaborative approach. Direct, I was not moving here, there. Direct, what is this is the issue? Guys, this is very important thing. This is called in emotional intelligence as candor. You don't say this is not a good thing, bad thing. You need to talk direct. Hey, this is the problem and this is how to solve, or asking this is the problem, how you can solve it. A very important thing that you can use even in life. So this is goes out of the way. Early, in public. Early is okay, in public no. So that becomes wrong. Early, in private, okay. Direct and collaborative approach, good answer. Early, in private, using an indirect and cooperative. Cooperative is not a thing to do. Collaboration is a better thing, and direct is the better thing. So C is the right answer, and I see everyone has put the right answer here. Good guys, good going. Let's solve the next question. Amit, why A always put the justification? Why do you think some answers are right or wrong? And guys, if you are watching this coaching call, uh, please do like it and subscribe it in a way so that uh, subscribe is basically you for you and me, so that you don't miss. Do click that bell icon so that you can get notification. And we have started another thing nowadays. After the completion of this coaching call, I'm gonna clip it into parts and share it a daily one question, so that even if you missed it, you can revise it through single question daily. Okay, do tell me what about this idea that putting one question daily. In addition to that, I'm not doing more things, more polls, so that you can get more things out of this. Okay, guys, let's solve this question. The project manager should do what? Insisting on paying for their own lunch. Okay. All the other options seems negative. Okay, Amit. Dairy, a lunch is considered a form of a payment bribe. Okay. Okay, Zaid. Okay. Go out for a lunch and refrain from informing their managers. Okay. Avoid going out lunch with anyone. Insist on paying, permit the manager. In general, there is a rule in the organization about accepting gift. Many organizations have a rule that you cannot accept gifts, because gifts can become the form of bribe. Even if the people say it's not bribe, they can have something on you. A project manager from your organization is invited to the lunch by the manager, the seller organization. The project manager should do what? Go out for lunch and refrain from informing the manager. That's a bad thing. If some seller is inviting, so you need to tell your management. You don't do that. Avoid going out the lunch with anyone from the seller organization. This may seem like a right thing, but this is an unethical thing that we don't go out the seller. Why? We want to build a relationship with them. So that cannot be the answer. Insist on paying for the lunch. That can be an answer, but let's see that option D. Permit the manager from the seller organization to pay for the lunch since it's a low value. Where it is mentioned it's value, high value, low value, we don't know about the information, and it can also be considered as a bribe, so that cannot be the answer. So C is the right answer in this particular context. We are getting C from everyone. So this question basically comes in ethics and corporate responsibilities of the PM, and you will get the questions emerged in exam regarding ethics. Okay, guys. Now, this is basically question related to journey of deliverables. I guess so. I'll read it later. Okay. So let's see what is the right answer here. Jason, A to unable to seller. Okay. I like your answer, Jason. Win-win approach. Okay. Good. Good, guys. Okay, guys. So let's see. It won't. Option B, accepted deliverable output of validate scope, verified deliverable, validate scope, accepted deliverable. Guys, a project deliverable has been accepted by the customer. So, journey of deliverable. Deliverables are basically produced in execution. Deliverable is something that is why you started the project. A verified, measurable thing. It's produced in execution, previously known in PIM Book 6 as direct and manage project work. Again, book 6 is not the reference guide anymore, so you don't need to know the process. Just these journeys will enough for you. Go in my playlist or in my YouTube channel, click in the playlist of journeys. There are 36 videos, and the one on which I am working on board, they are the updated one, and please watch them. They will help you clear the PMP. Okay, direct and manage project work will produce the deliverable. Once the deliverable produce, they goes to directly to control quality. In control quality, deliverables are checked whether they meet the quality management plan or not. If they meet the quality management plan, they become verified deliverable. Okay, they become verified deliverable. If they don't meet, we have a change request, corrective action, preventive action, or a defect repair. This verified deliverable goes to validate scope, in which client checks the deliverable. Interesting point here, client has nothing to do. Here client will check deliverable according to the scope baseline. So if deliverables are accepted, they become accepted deliverable. So the process is not manage quality, not control procurement, not close the project. In close the project, accepted deliverable goes and become the final product. So we are not talking about that. So validate scope is the right answer. Z, no. In close the project, we don't get that. It's all the accepted deliverables come there, and we basically uh, accepted deliverable get converted into the final product. So that's the difference in that. I hope that is clear to everyone. So let's go to the next question. Okay, guys, we are out of the time. Now let's see what we have. Lesson learned should be captured throughout the project. Okay, throughout the project, lesson learned should be happen throughout the project. Lesson learned should be captured as learning happen throughout the project. B. Everyone is saying. So let me check. Okay, when during the project should have been added to the lesson learned register. Closing, throughout, chartering, project execution. A key output of the closed project is the finalization and archive of the lesson learned registered. The register contained information related to the best practices identified, process success, failures, and idea. This is basically telling what do we have in the lesson learned register. So when should we do that? During the closing, yes, we should put during the closing. Throughout the entire project, yes. During charting, no. During project execution, yes. But we are looking for the better answer. So better answer would become throughout the project is the best thing that we can do for the project to put the answers. So question number 10, actually question number 11, we started from 0. I wanted to give 11 question, but we have 12 for today. Okay, time's up for this particular question. Let's see. Crash the project, a resource will be required. B. Okay, what action should the project manager take next? Level the project resources. So leveling is basically you level the project, as a result schedule increases but resource get managed. Submit a change request to crash the project. Whenever you submit a change request to crash, this means you are going to add the resources which will increase the cost. Fast track the project again. We will do parallel activities, but remember one thing, whenever there's an option of crashing and fast tracking, we always do crashing. Perform a risk reward analysis. Okay. The project manager conducted an analysis that determined that if the project was able to finish 8 weeks earlier than planned, the company would be able to gain a substantial first mover benefit that would like deliver an additional project benefit of 130,000. So we have identified a benefit that if we do anything, like if we complete the project before, we will become the first mover. For example, TikTok launched those reels, 15 second, 30 1 minute, and they become a sensation overnight. Like last year, TikTok was the most viewed software, even more than Google. So now Facebook have launched it. So TikTok had that initial benefit of the first mover. Upon further investigation, the team determined that additional 20,000 would be required to spend on labor cost to deliver the 8 week reduction. So, okay, we want to reduce that. We have identified the benefit. Risk reward is already done. So that no option. We don't want to increase the schedule. So what we want to do? The best way is that we submit a change request. In the change request, we will look at the project constraints, scope, schedule, cost, quality, how risk will increase, how the procurement will be affected, how the stakeholder satisfaction will be affected. Each and everything will be done. And after that, if we need to crash the project, we will go for the crashing the project. Fast tracking is always after crashing. We prefer fast tracking over crashing. Okay, as need. Okay, guys, last question for today. Okay, guys, let's see what are your answer. Project charter, high level requirement, project charter. Okay, okay, okay. What process are which process are you and team performing? Charter, requirement, plan, directed. You are a part of a large team in the you are a part of a large team in the early stage of the project to redesign a commercial heat ventilation and air conditioning system to meet the expansion of a corporate headquarter building. Guys, if you don't understand HVAC system, if you're in jail, you have nothing to do. How to read this question? Just understand this thing. You're a part of a large team in an early stage of a project to redesign something because you want to enhance the corporate headquarter. You are facilitating a session to conduct the high level business need. You are getting the high level business needs of the project to define the product that is intended to satisfy the requirement. So you are requiring working on a high level need. Which process are in you? So we haven't even started the work. So straightforward, we are working in develop project charter work. So thank you. That was today. If you have any question regarding PMP about anything, please put in the chat box. We have some time, and I would be more than happy to answer any question you may have, guys. It is always, I'll always love when you guys have questions regarding anything about PMP. Guys, I will wait for 30 more seconds because there's a delay in LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube while the question reaches you. If there is no more question, then we can call it a day and I can actually sleep. I wanted to sleep like at 2 a.m., but then I thought that I will not be if I slept, I will not be able to do. And remember, in a exam, you can get a question regarding what was the topic? Yes, Sun model. So Sun model is always providing services all the time and working into that. So that is the important thing that we are trying to be the Sun model. Uh, Jason, what is the link to your YouTube videos? And let me share the link to you. Uh, I'll I'll share a link at LinkedIn. Okay, after and then we can work on at times question. Yes, Bethy, at time question understanding is difficult, and that is what practice, what we need to do for the practice. That's why you need more and more practice for solving question. And the best way to like work on this thing is again practicing. Okay, I'll share a link. So Jason, I just shared the link after and on LinkedIn. Okay, I hope you can use that link with you. Okay. Okay, guys. Anyone else? Any question? Okay, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Best of luck for future endeavors. Remember, every week on Thursday, 8 p.m. EST time, we have this coaching call. Thursday, 8 p.m. EST time. That becomes Friday, 5 a.m. Dubai time. I'm in Dubai. 6:30 India, 6 p.m. Pakistan time. So wherever you are, you can convert it into that. And every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Dubai time, we have coaching call. Every Wednesday, we have Dubai coaching call. So we try to cover everything in the context. I'll put the link. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do subscribe it. Click on the bell icon so that you don't miss these notification. I don't want you to miss all these things. With that, thank you very much. And if you haven't liked, subscribe, do like that, subscribe and do all those things. And if you haven't taken PMP training, our next batch is starting on 11th of March. So you can contact me on the number given and you can know the any details you want to know about that. And we make sure that you become certified PMP. We have 302 certified in 2021 with 99.8 and already 69 certified PMP in 2020. With that, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, good night, good morning, wherever you are according to that. And bye bye.
I would have not been able to clear the exam if Amer Ali would have not been there. I would have not been.
I did not believe that I will be able to clear my PMP within a month.
I don't know what to say actually. Like I'm kind of like really
And I
trembling.
got my results and I was above target in all three categories.